Hello. This afternoon I've been making some backgrounds with some of the I think dye sprays. So I've used all the ones that I have. So this is coffee, lavender, sunflower, pomegranate, turquoise, sea spray, honey and tea. I did share them in a haul some time ago. And I've been making various different backgrounds. So this one has been using all the coffee and the tea, and the other one I think was honey on this one. This again, it's just a mixture of them really. Definitely use the turquoise on that, and probably the honey or sunflower because there's a bit of green. Again, I think this used basically the same colours with a bit of the probably the tea or coffee on because you've got those brown splatters. This one I used the purple, the turquoise and the pomegranate, and then once that was dry I went over with the honey. This one I think I just went all in with the colours, and then while that one was still wet I just placed this one on top to pick up the colours. So that was that. This one is the pomegranate and sunflower, and then we've got the pomegranate, I think it was the sea spray, and possibly a bit of the lavender. This one is all out lavender, so I just love purple. And this one I'd already picked up loads of other paints on this one. It had a big blue patch across the front in paint that was like an acrylic paint I think. So I've just sprayed over that, and you can see where it's sprayed down here, but this I thought was quite interesting how that pattern's appeared in the middle over what was there already. So yeah, like I say, that was a big sort of grey blue patch, and it's taken up the colour really nicely, and it's added some nice sort of patterns to it as well, where it's broken down into the puddles. The one I'm going to use today for the birthday card is this one. I'm going to add some stenciling to it as well with the Imala stencils that I have. So the two that I have here are Inky Background and Paint Splash. And I'm going to add some Distress Oxides onto this with those stencils. For the next part I'm going to use this stamp from Marla which is called Hello Gorgeous. I've put it on this block which it just about fits on. Actually I'm only going to use this part of it as part of the pattern of the background, so I don't need to make sure this is on the block properly. If I want to stamp the whole image I would use my press to impress anyway because it would be a lot easier. So yeah, I'm just going to use these scribbly lines of her dress and the Distress Oxides that I've already used to make part of the background. I have now got the Good For You stamp onto my press to impress, and I'm going to use the VersaFine Clair in Nocturne, and then I'm going to heat emboss it. So I'm really pleased with how that's turned out with the embossing. It really stands off the page. And I'm going to use the Distress Oxides with some water just to paint a few highlights, like on her lips and hair, just to get a bit more definition from the image. So I'm pleased with how that's turned out, with the hints of the Distress Oxides on her lips and eyelids and in her hair and on her cheeks. You'll see that I've chopped the bottom off this, and what I'm going to do is go around the edge with a black pen, and I'm going to put my sentiment on a separate bit, on this bit, and have a bit of white space between the two. I'm doing the same with this as I've done on the image, so I'm just giving it a black border with one of my Copic markers. Now I'm going to use my press to impress to add the sentiment, which is from a freebie stamp set that came with a magazine. I think it's called Carnival. That's my sentiment done. You could have done this another way as well, so you could stamp it out first and then cut it where you want to, but that's worked out fine as it is. So I just need to stick that onto my base card. And it's finished. I'm really pleased with how that's turned out. I think that background really works, and I also like the fact that I did add some extra colour just to highlight her features. Yeah, I'm chuffed with that, and I think the black border was a good idea as well. I wasn't going to do that, but I think it just makes it pop a bit more, plus the white space again gives it another pop off the page. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave me a big thumbs up and a comment, and I will see you next time. Cheerio.